So imagine like carpentry or any of those trades where you learn on the job, you learn via an apprenticeship, and there's a lot of learning that you get directly from a master. In the same sense, before I started doing a lot of my own mentorship things for other people, I was very deep into reading Mastery by Robert Greene and all
A good
these other
book.
things. Yeah, where you essentially, if you can find a mentor who is a master in their field, it saves you a lot of time fumbling around and trying to find out what you should focus on, because you have someone with who you can access who have those experiences, and you can kind of learn directly from them. And I found that I might have been really lucky in that my mentors they're pretty much like, I consider all of them as some of the best data scientists in Australia with no challenger. They're just that, they're really amazing. Um, but I found that their way of introducing me to some of the topics and some of the other techniques that they were using at the time for the machine learning was the way that they taught me was very methodical, very logical. There was never any sort of oh, you need to know all this crazy maths to actually get this done. They were true experts in the sense that they could really distill down relatively complex concepts into something very simple and explainable to a new data science person that I was at the time. And I found that that had a really large impact on how I would approach problems in the future, how I would try and always really distill anything which is really technical into very simple terms. And that helped with the communication piece as well, because communication is really important when we're working in data science. It's not always about tuning your algorithms and getting the best result. More often than not, it's about how well can you communicate those results and the effort that you put in to make it really great. So yeah, I found, yeah, a mentor was critical for my learning. But I've had discussions with other people where you kind of, when you're starting off, you don't really have enough experience to pick a great mentor. And it's almost down to luck. If you're working with someone who is really, really great, you're very lucky. But maybe you work with someone who is not quite an expert in their field, and they have specific techniques and ways of doing things that work for them, but it might not work for you also. So that one, I'm still trying to figure out what's the best way to tackle that sort of issue, because I know when I was starting off, like any sort of mentorship from anyone who had more experience than me was worthwhile at the time, purely because these people have had the experience, and definitely there's things that you can learn from them. I The only thing that I'd caution people with is just always be very mindful that they have their own experience, and all of their experience comes from their context. And just to always, like, it sounds kind of bad, but you don't want to blindly believe in your mentor. Like I know I did. I truly blindly believed them with 100% of my faith, which turned out okay for me. But just have that in mind. Like, don't be too skeptical. Always be open to new learning and having an open mind for anything that they want to teach you. But try to improve your own awareness of your skills, the way you like to work, your preferences for different tooling, or maybe not tooling and languages, but more just the way that you learn. I think that's really important. So having a mentor is super valuable. Having a great mentor is even better. But being able to differentiate between various potential mentors, I think you only get that after having gone through a few different mentors as well. So it's I think it's very much a personal development sort of thing, where the more you can learn from others and have a very open mind and absorb like a sponge from different sources, the more experiences you will gain, and that's how you can kind of move forward in your own personal development and career as well.